Buenos nachos, YouTube. Welcome to another edition of the Witching Hours, where I go through the world and explore the world of The Witcher, namely through The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Finally, getting back to it, a game I dropped off of a few years back, but I decided to get back into it. But I'm not alone. I'm here with the person that encouraged me to get back into it, the person who's guiding me and coaching me and following along on this journey, Daisy. How you doing, Daisy?
Hey, Petey, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm here. I'm excited to do more witching. I did a thing on my own. I'm surprised Brett did report, but I guess he's been, a little bit on out of sorts, so he probably didn't notice. That I went back and I went into The Witcher and I went back to an old save, and I played through the mission, the mission we did.
The morgue?
Yeah, the morgue guy.
Oh,
And
Petey.
I tried just to check out what happened to what I missed and I didn't notice the dialogue options and try to do that. And it's a bummer that I missed it because I kind of just went through it. It has some nice dialogue there because basically all you had to do was just listen to what the crazy pervert had to say. And just say, okay, why? And he tells you, it's like, oh, I just like playing with him. And it's like, but you do this stuff. It's like, I don't do that stuff. I just do this stuff, which is weird. And it's like, well, who does that stuff? I don't know. The only person who knows that I was here was one other person, the morgue guy. It's like, fuck, then it must be him. And then you go over to confront, like, oh, he's at this warehouse. That's where he told me he's going to be. It's like, all right, I'm going to go. And then like you do get the option after that of he says like, all right, you go do that. I'm gonna finish up here with this young maiden here. I'm like, I paid in full for the night, and he promises to keep going to this torture, and then you get to be like either like, well, that's your thing, or you get to be like what I did in that part, that playthrough, and go, nah. You just, no. If you're gonna insist on doing that, but you're gonna die, so you still get to kill him.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then you save the girl, and then you go to the warehouse and you fight a vampire. He has this conversation with you about his motivations, blah blah blah. If y'all want to check it out, you can probably find the scene on YouTube. Elsewhere on YouTube. After you're done watching this, of course. Or in another tab, just kind of open up another tab, watch it real quick, and then come back. And then he turns into like this gnarly vampire creature, and then you fight him, and it's actually it's not a long fight. It's not a particularly hard fight. I don't know, maybe it was probably a little over leveled for it, but he does give you a lot more loot than the priest guy. The priest guy gives you a poker. This guy gives you like a mutagen, like a vampire or like a particular mutagen, a sword, and some other stuff that I don't remember. But you get a cool sword, and I missed out on the cool sword in my main playthrough.
Oh my gosh!
Oh well.
Amazing. Okay, so are you just continuing to use that second save?
No, that was just me. That was just me trying to just seeing what if on my own time. I went back to this decision.
So, why'd you go back? Now I'm curious.
Just to see
Coach Daisy's curious, Petey.
Just to see. I wanted to see the cutscene and stuff like that.
Okay, so remember, no one is judging you for how you play this game.
Yeah.
So if your heart of hearts told you to go back and replay that to get the secondary outcome, and if you feel better about that outcome, what is stopping you from continuing that one?
Well, I want to, at least for a couple of things, I want to keep the decision I made. Also, I don't know that I had to go really far back to save, and I forgot to save again after I did it. So
Okay.
so I still I would have to
Okay.
go back all the way to before to the beginning of save. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So
All right. That makes sense then.
yeah, it's
I
like
was
all
like,
right.
because if you, yeah, you get to play this game however you want.
I'm gonna go
Do
through
what
go
makes you
forward.
happy.
Get some water in me, but I'm starting to launch the Witcher. But yeah, it was just interesting to see it.
Especially you got a sword too. That's I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've got a lot of swords. All right, let's see. Let's switch over to the game. Wonder if
Wounded and tired, Ciri collapsed in the swamp. Some peasants found her and took her to the Baron, Felon's self-appointed ruler. The warlord took the young woman in, had her nursed back to health, then sent her on her way to Novigrad.
now we're. I would have to remember where I left off when we got here.
Yeah, because like you had just gotten here, I thought.
Yeah, we did a bunch of like the portal going through some portals and trying to figure out this, and then we decided, okay, you know, at this point, this seems like it's going further and further and more things. So I might as well call it for the night because it was late. Oh, you got some more?
Another inactive portal, missing its power cell. Maybe the Neckers took a liking to it.
Quest updated. Redanius most wanted. What? Search. Oh, find the missing crystal. Okay. That's what we'll watch. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Find the missing crystal. Okay. Ah, okay. I have to go back here and find it?
Tunnel. Wonder where it leads. Power cell.
No go. Let's find out.
Oh, what the? Whoa, holy crap.
Jeez.
How did I get so low in health?
Yeah, that escalated quickly. Oh my
Wow,
god.
what the-
Oh, these guys are tough. Are you sure you don't have like a blunt sword? Because they're only level 9. This seems really strange.
I don't think so.
Maybe do you want to put some oil on your sword?
Yeah, let me see. It's
they should be-
necrophage.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Like, why are these guys so tough? Yeah, Igni. Oh, and let them burn. We got one. There you go. Over-reliable
holy crap. Oh,
There you go. Well, there.
Whew.
If you have one of those superior oils, they do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Necker heart. Alright. Place the crystal in the right spot. Oh, huh? Hello there. what? Oh, okay. I was like, where? Yeah, that's where that tunnel went, right? I saw the end of that tunnel, right?
Saw the end of the tunnel.
Okay, yeah. Nothing particular around here to find. So make sure I don't miss out on anything. Okay. Let's see. Vibrant. Power cell, okay. Oh, use Erd. That's why I had Ard. Okay.
There you go.
That's why I was like, that's why I had Ard selected. It's like, why? If I was fighting Neckers, why would I be using Ard?
Gotta be the lowest level.
Okay. Alright. Anything? Okay. So make sure I'm like looking around. Long rube. Ooh, portals everywhere? Oh no, portals up top, they're higher up. Oh, cool. Oh, they deactivated this one. I was back right at the beginning. Oh, ooh. That doesn't seem pleasant. Okay, there's a little alcove. Stuff in here.
Chest time.
Gauntlet. Ooh. Alright. That's a sound.
Yeah, gotta have a sentry, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably fire is not gonna do too much to this guy. Oh. Oh, damn. Ow.
Do you have elemental?
Probably, yeah. Elemental oil.
I guess
I think I have all the oils. It's just a matter of like what level I have it at.
Should help.
It wasn't that tough though. Yeah, I learned a little bit about fire elementals. A golem's heart. Okay. Okay. I just learned about fire elementals. Okay, they are vulnerable to Ard. Okay, and elemental oil, obviously, and northern wind. Feel the wrath of the northern wind. And the hounds of the wild hunt are vulnerable to Igni and Axie. Okay, now I know Ard. If I face any more fire elementals, which I imagine I will. Okay, what is around here? Okay. So look around here. Ooh, okay. Ashes. Okay. Holy crap. Oh, stuff down there. These are just stalagmites that I can knock over with my ard.
Oh, there are chests back there.
Yeah. There's stuff over here, maybe. Or I think I was seeing that. Ooh, a skeleton. A broken rake again. Okay. Can't ignite that? What the hell? Oh. Alright, well. Guessing this is where I'm supposed to go?
Yeah, because in it, well, yeah, there's a
Table,
There you go.
a few chairs.
yeah.
Modest, but a home nonetheless.
Yeah.
Blood-stained surgical instruments. Philippa operated on someone here. Agates. Kind Philippa always wore around her neck.
Agates.
Except, why are these covered in blood? She either fought someone or used them in her experiments.
Agates. That's how you say this. That's how you say that.
Notes. Charred. Almost completely. Can't read a thing.
I don't think I've ever thought about how to pronounce that word.
Yeah, it's not something you think about often. Unless you're a jeweler.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
A megascope. Scorched, covered in soot. Maybe one of the crystals survived. What's this? Aniseed and birch bark. Powerful disinfectant.
I didn't know that. Good to know.
I can get rid of my Lysol now. Jeez.
Crystal from a megascope. Heavily chipped.
Okay.
Tell Radovid what you learned.
Alright. Is that it? Alright, well.
So I think you're gonna get some choices here, Petey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ooh. Smart. I guess this way? I'm gonna guess this way.
I think it's like just try to go out the way you came.
Oh, okay.
Whatever way that was.
Yeah.
Starting to look familiar.
Yeah.
The entry.
Yeah. I'm just kind of going back. Not having to activate the portals every time.
Yeah.
Hey, open the portal.
You're alive.
Yeah.
Find anything?
Cremated notes, a necker nest, rats. Nothing interesting.
Why
Good
don't
choice.
I believe you?
Dunno. Your problem, I guess.
Oh, you're wrong there. Grab him!
Hell yeah. Throwing an arm.
Uh, oh, what the hell? I'm supposed
Yeah.
to parry. What the hell was I doing?
You were parrying.
I was
I
like,
seen it.
oh. I pressed the button.
What
I cannot
happened?
do that now.
What?
I cannot parry with the torch out? What the hell?
Huh.
Come on.
Oh, maybe. Huh.
Oh, that was weird.
Huh. Maybe you need both hands to fight back the strength.
I guess.
Physically, maybe that makes more sense. I mean, more
Maybe.
realistic, I word. Jeez, this dude's tough.
There you go. But he's dead just the same.
It would have been really ironic if you burned him to death.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
Alright, let me loot their corpses. Actually, let me get those.
All right. So, I don't think you just have to take it to Radovid. If you look at your quest
Tell Radovid
list,
what you learned.
it might give you more options.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Okay.
It might give me those options in the conversations with... Oh, I went the wrong way.
I don't think it will, from what I'm reading.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna read through this a little bit more.
Where? Okay, let me just go back up here.
So, Radovid was the one who sent you on this quest in the first place?
I think so. Maybe? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that.
What? Stay out of this. Oh.
Oh, wait. I didn't need that. God damn it. Press the wrong one. Zoom. Okay. Zoom. Alright. Let's go to...
I don't think I finished this quest. I think I failed this one because I got too far in the game and it made it redundant and it was no longer available.
Oh.
Long live acceptance.
So, here's the weird thing. From what I'm reading, if you want to know, I'll just say, like, it doesn't sound like it ever really will tell you have these options. If you take these options, you can still give the crystal to Radovid and complete the quest. But I just know, like, you like the little extras and secrets, so just let me know if you're interested.
This is the ship of His Majesty Radovid V, King of Redania. State your business.
What are the options? Like, it's like a...
You can talk to Yennefer and Triss about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And...
I don't think it doesn't look like it gives you No experience. It's just that gives you a little bit more information from what I'm reading.
Farewell.
I don't know.
Where are Yennefer and Triss?
Is Yennefer still in Skellige in that one
Yennefer
town?
is still in Skellige waiting for me to go see her at that crater.
Okay. Okay.
Where is Triss?
Isn't she, like, here somewhere?
Maybe? Well, I'm in Oxford. She's probably in
Oh, okay.
Novigrad. Or...
Oh. Okay. It does give you the option to give it, like, to Yennefer, but you need to do more on the Skellige quest.
Oh, okay.
But if you get too far in the Skellige quest, then you, like, this whole option's just taken away. The whole quest fails.
Well, how far is too far?
You just have to finish Yennefer's quest line on Skellige.
And then...
That's as far as you need to get. If you start heading to, like, the end of the game, then it's too late. And it will warn you when it's the end of the game.
Oh,
which is nice.
Okay, so just finishing the thing, and then at that point I can give her the
thing. Because it says if you hold on to the crystal, like, it appears your only option is to give it to Radovid, but if you hold on longer, because it doesn't matter, then all of a sudden you'll get the option to give it to Yennefer. But I don't know the Triss thing, when that... I haven't read where that comes into play. Like, well, then how do you get that option?
It doesn't say.
I might be flipping through the notes too fast. One moment.
A lot of question marks to hit up.
Oh, there are so many question mark.
Let me go.
Too many question mark.
Let me go here. In the meantime. In between time. Alright, so let me deadly plot. There's also the fact that there's this mission which literally involves killing Radovid. There probably is a way to fail that mission as well.
I definitely failed it because I just ignored the quest because I was like, I don't know, this seems like something that could really hurt my game if I kill a king.
Yeah.
And then the quest automatically fails at some point in the game.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what? I was thinking about doing that after I beat the game because that'd be fun. And I was like, oh. Nope.
No.
Oh, Petey, I have an Achievo to share.
Nice.
I just hit 100,000 channel points.
Nice.
So when you come up with like some really dank, fun content that's worth 100k, I'm ready to go.
I had to come up with stuff for the channel points. My friend Alyssa has like fun stuff, like she has a hydration check where you can like remind her to hydrate, and a posture check.
Okay.
She also you can ask her to change the colors of her light strips in the background. I think there's other stuff like that. You can tell her no swearing for the next 10 minutes or something like that.
That's fun.
Yeah. Like, no swearing. Alright, what's going on over here? Guarded treasure. I got scooped. I got pooped on. She pooped on me.
Gross.
Okay, what guarded treasure were you hiding?
I will save you time though and let you know. It says you have the option of having Triss and or Yennefer look at it. Either one gives you the exact same outcome.
Oh.
So save your time and just go to one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably just have Yennefer look at it.
Yeah. Since it's here, it's all. You'll be in that general area anyway.
So fancy, huh?
Absolutely. After that unicorn incident, you know.
She's got that tough love thing going. The Sindera thing. What is this? Okay.
Absolutely.
Alright, let's get to this real quick. What the hell are all these? Ooh. Wow. A warg. Okay. Alright, who's... Ooh, the tunnels. Yeah. Okay. A bear. Ooh. A bear. Done. I'm still plotting the future RV life.
Oh yeah, nice.
I'm like just for fun, just like thinking about it. I was like, I wonder how I would do it. And it's like I'm thinking like I want to definitely be off grid. If I do it, I want to be off grid. So that means like solar power, and I kind of want to be off grid and almost either all or at least as close to all electric as I can be.
Mm-hmm. So wait for one of those new electric Volkswagen buses to come out.
Yeah.
There you go. You're set.
Or and one option, like there could be something like that, or if I do it, if I convert a trailer RV.
Okay.
And get there's right now there's already the Chevrolet has the electric truck. There's the Silverado EV. I can see how well that tows. And if that can tow like a trailer RV, I can convert a trailer RV and it could be driven by an electric truck.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
And then try to have like as much electric stuff in there as possible. I mean, the other thing I gotta see is like how people heat their stuff. I think a lot of people are using like diesel heaters and things like that. I'm gonna do like solar panels on the roof. I've been watching a lot of these YouTube videos where you talk about like the solar panels that go into the inverters that go into the batteries.
You've gone down a rabbit hole, Petey. I love it.
All because of Susan Coleman. It's all Susan Collins' fault.
Honor in the fatherland.
That'd be fun, because then, like, if I did that, then we could, and Squiggles finally does buy that land in Colorado. We could all get our converted RVs and just move there. Like, maybe find hopefully WeBoost comes out the 5G thing for their or figure out how to do 5G should be proliferated a lot better and be able to use in a mobile RV setting to give Wi-Fi into a room at that point. Maybe I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows? I don't know. I'm just daydreaming about all the random stuff they could do.
Sorry, I just caught Nugget legit just lying in the litter box. Being a kitten.
Yeah.
He was
Just
over there
kitten
using
things.
it. And I'm like, okay, like where'd he go? Usually his norm is he comes out and he like chirps at me, gets my attention. I'm like, where the heck is he? Then I look over and he's just looking back at me. What the? Chilling in there.
He hasn't come out to declare that he has pooped.
Oh my gosh. Everybody smells it. You know when it happens.
Like, I have pooped. It's like, we know, Nugget, we know.
Right. Oh, it's
But I
horrible
still
too.
must declare it.
Oh my god. So my drama is that Misty lost her meow on Sunday night.
Aw.
I'm like, that's weird. Like maybe she's just got like kidney sore throat or kitty laryngitis. And then she just like started throwing up the next day. She stopped eating. I was like, oh shit, this isn't good. So I was able to get her into the vet this morning
Yeah.
because she kind of like started to get a little bit better. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just like some weird cold thing. I don't know. So anyway, I took her in this morning and they kept her for like 5 or 6 hours while they like pumped her full of fluids and then waited for her to pee so they could gather a urine sample
Yeah.
to do testing, and then they pulled blood to do more testing. And I don't know, we're kind of thinking like it's either like just some type of like kitty laryngitis
Yeah.
or she inhaled a foreign object that stuck.
Yeah.
And then the vet was like, if she doesn't start eating again, she's like, you need to take her to like the emergency clinic because she might have like pancreatitis. And it was basically like they couldn't do anything about it. They're like, we're out of options. So like as soon as I got her home, I tried to feed her and she acted like she was interested in the kibble but didn't want to eat it. But then I pulled out some moist food. And, oh man, she went to town on that. I was so proud of her. So that was good. So
That's good.
yeah, so she's got a medicine she's supposed to take every day. That's like an anti-nausea / like throat lozenge, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope that helps her.
That's just holy crap! What? That little did I just discover that that fast travel point? I guess they did. Yeah, I've never been in the shop.
Cool.
This shopkeeper is over here on the road. Oh,
Like, hey, buddy.
Greetings.
show me your wares. Oh, I
Wouldn't
haven't.
mind a look at your stock.
Okay, nothing special. You got water. It's good to have water.
Farewell.
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, luckily we haven't had any health issues with any of our animals.
Good.
Which is remarkable considering some of them are outdoor cats.
Right? Absolutely.
So, but luckily things have been okay for them.
The oldest outdoor cat I ever had as a kid lived to be 5 years old.
Yeah.
She was the last of the Friends batch. It was Monica.
Yeah.
I don't know what was special about this cat, how she knew how to stay out of trouble, but good for her. She didn't get hit by a car or eaten by a coyote.
Yeah. I think that it helps that we don't have coyotes here.
That definitely helps.
Yeah.
We had a cat get rabies one time when I was like 4. That was pretty traumatic.
Yeah.
And then I had another one that we didn't get tested, might have gotten rabies or some type of like weird brain disease because it kind of just went crazy for like 2 hours straight, and then it died under a tree. Like just, it was weird.
Yeah.
And my mom would just always tell me, honey, it's the circle of life, just like in Lion King. There's a circle of life. I'm like, okay. Yeah. It's like the only way I could cope. We had so many animals growing up. It was crazy. I got attached to all of them, of course.
Yeah.
Even the chickens. Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of the weird thing. Like, especially like here, there's no. The big thing, there's no predators, and in neighborhoods where there's Cubans, like there's gonna be we feed them, but they have like other houses that they I guarantee they go to and get also fed there. Like
okay, aww.
like Cuban neighborhoods is like they always have those strays, and there's always at least one or two abuelas and one or two old people that are just like taking care of feeding all the cats, and then you got like a few of them, and then like they're all taken care of. And typically they're able to kind of like, because we're there's no like the big thing, there's no coyotes, there's no woods anywhere nearby here, like there's no like wilderness like anywhere near here. There's parks. But like you know, to the west, the closest like wilderness would be is once the swamps start, you know. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So if you're closer to there, then you're gonna have to deal with a different kind of predator, with a alligator.
Okay.
If you're in alligator areas, then you'll have to deal with those, and those will get your cats and stuff like that. But usually, what happens is if they find out an alligator is getting pets or something, it'll wildlife catcher will get it, and it will probably get destroyed.
No bueno.
Yeah. But well, ain't no gators around here. There's ducks, but no gators. Well, yeah, we used to have ducks all the time in our backyard. I had to deal with them, and they would eat the cat food sometimes. I think we finally solved it by just getting high fences. And then once we got these like high fences, which are I think like 6 foot tall, high fences, they stopped coming because they're not gonna fly. They're lazy little fuckers, so if they can't scoot on something or just like give a quick little flight from somewhere, they're not gonna bother. Let's solve that. No more duck poop on near our pool.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. I say, yeah, you've been to Indianapolis. It's amazing. Even in the city, there's just like random, like little copses of trees
Yeah.
So it's amazing the type of wildlife. Like even in our cul-de-sac, when we have like this huge industrial park basically across the street, like we get foxes and coyotes and some deer.
Yeah.
We have this red-tailed hawk that's been nesting in my neighbor's tree for like the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And we still have owls, which is exciting. Get
Yeah.
bats.
Yeah. Yeah, we get
See the stars.
a nice amount of birds. Like we get I want to get a bird feeder in the backyard. 'Cause I know that there's blue jays that migrate down here at least. I've seen a couple of them that appear in our backyard. And there's other birds.
Which, John Verdon, remember? He saved me from the drowners. It was Coppolis then. Now, why, my purse is bursting.
With coin that belonged to the refugees. Vengeance tastes sweet.
I thought you'd come for your reward. I'll gladly pay, mind you. You saved my life, no two ways about it. But if you're looking for a bruising, well, you'll find it.
Should have left you there, tied up, right at the water's edge.
Well, you can't turn back time. But I'm willing to see to it your conscience don't torment you long. Get him!
Oh man.
There, that took care of him.
Oh my gosh. That was wicked.
Yeah. Excuse me, level 3 bad guy.
Hey, oh my gosh. Wonderful.
Okay. What does this guy have on him? He just had crowns. Fucking hell. Look at all these people. Well, he certainly was a scumbag.
Certainly was. Lots of stuff to loot. Sometimes these are the times where it's like, okay, I don't need this stuff. Like, I don't need any more twine. But damn it, I'm taking your shit. Ooh.
Ooh, a ladder.
Strange.
Aw.
Everything
was very
has gone
small
well.
and-
Dear mother, everything has gone well so far. I still have a considerable ways to go to the city, but as soon as I get here, I will dispatch this letter and set about writing another. I miss you and father horribly. I am being extremely careful with the coin you gave me. I have not spent hardly a thing. Once I find employment, I will set aside an amount every week and send you my savings regularly. Tell Yolanda I love her greatly and will send for her soon. To come and be my wife, of course. I spoke with a certain Temerian who's told me there are more merchants in the city than ants in the woods, and that scribes are always wanted. I believe he spoke the truth. Your Tobin. Give Fido a good belly rub for me. Oh. Were you Tobin? Which one of you was Tobin?
Tobin was the guy you just... I thought Tobin was the guy you killed.
No, Tobin? Wait, what was
Or not. Okay, because that would have like made him look even more like an a-hole.
It was John
Okay.
Denver. I don't know, something like that.
John Tobin.
John something or other.
Oh, okay.
John Wenger. I'd have to look back at the capture.
Yeah, because I don't know if like a quest popped up or ended or something.
Let me see. Okay, let me... Velen. Save the stable hand and the horse is trapped in the burning stables. I didn't do that. I'm pretty sure I did that. Mount another horse.
Mount another horse. What? There's a nugget on top of my computer tower. Probably shouldn't be up there, dude. He gets around, I tell ya.
Yeah.
He's a speedy boy.
Speed boy. Alright, what do I want to do? Go see these question marks. Okay. So I'm thinking. So we definitely want to be exactly on time on Monday.
Show me what you have in stock.
I'm wondering it would be. I'm wondering if we want to call. I'll ask the group if we want to, or what's everyone if we want to call time, quote unquote, whatever, call time. 7:30, and then like. We start gathering at 7:30, and that we get on the call. We get set up so that we can start as close to like 8 as possible.
I'm good with that. That should work out. I just need to think of my dinner plans.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. I like that idea.
Yeah, that way it's like
So long.
well, you kind of like.
Yeah, because I think the only one, because Drew said he's available anytime after 7. I think Matt's the only one who, like, because he's in Central Time, it might be more of a stretch for him.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of like, but if we get in and he gets in right at 8, we could be ready to go as soon as he gets in.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Ah, what the hell?
Maybe Nugget can get some more camera time pre-show.
What was that about Nugget?
Oh, sorry. Maybe Nugget can get some camera time pre-show.
Nice.
Get some distraction out of the way first.
Turn down the game audio a little bit.
Gotta blow this up if I want to get rid of the Endrigas.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Wait. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Always gotta walk away slowly from the explosion. Endriga embryo. Alrighty then. Oh, another nest over here.
Gotta blow this up if I want to get rid of the Endrigas.
Okay, must. Oh. Oh. You ruined my cool walking away thing.
Man, hate reason. These are like my least favorite monsters in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know why. These kind of weird me out.
Yeah, they're just weird and bug-like and just, yeah. Okay. The other question mark. Okay. Wonder if it's gonna be another nest. So we had that before where it was like there was like 3 nests in a row, like just right nearby each other, but a different creature. So we've had a monster den.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Man, there are a lot of them.
Holy crap! Yeah, a den is right. Holy crap! Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Whoa, Nelly.
Oh, look at all of them on the radar. Ooh.
Yeah.
They're all just kind of derping around back there.
Ow.
Oh god, careful there.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, whoa, there you go.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Oh.
bravely ran away. Brave Sir Geralt.
Stick and bob and weave, stick and move.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not running
you
away.
go.
It's backing up to
Yeah,
get a
it's like
better
if you
advantage.
Yeah, these things suck as well. They're very speedy.
Yeah.
It's like they've got the hat zoomies. Oh, there you go.
Oh, alright then. Oh, alright. Alright, well, let's go in that monster den now. See what's in here. Or let's meditate for an hour.
Oh yes, feeling pretty zen now.
What? Well, hello there. Creature of the
Oh,
night.
look at yeah. Rabid. Ooh.
Rabid.
Oh my
rock
god, there's a bunch of. If you are finding these difficult, you might need to reapply oil to your sword.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing I kind of leaned on more later in the game. I didn't realize how much it helps. I'm like, this makes it way less frustrating. Yay.
Yeah. Okay, where are you, stupid necker? I have to watch my pronunciation too. It's gonna do with that rock troll. What? Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Okay, element. Oh wait, no. What is a rock troll? That's an ogroid, right?
I can look it up. It's not troll. It's troll. Yep, ogroid.
Okay. I don't have superior or enhanced ogroid oil, but it'll have to do. And I'll have to use a different thing because it's a rock.
I'm gonna look up where you find enhanced ogre oil, just to make sure you didn't miss it somewhere.
Holy crap!
Enhanced adds 25% attack power. Yeah, he tough boy.
It's more like he has armor. Here's high AC. Ah, there you go. Cave troll liver. Not litter, liver.
Okay, it says you might actually just be able to purchase it from a merchant, but it can be found at a random diagram location.
Ah, okay. So it's just like the different places where you can get diagrams. They give different diagrams.
I guess so. I didn't realize that. I thought it was all pre-programmed. Huh. Huh.
Okay. Alright. Let's see. This is interesting. Let's see.
So many locations. Holy shit. Okay, interesting. The mechanics behind recipe locations is quirky.
What? I got stuck in that little bog area.
Oh no.
I got a little feeties wet. Okay. I'm looking forward to everybody contributing more songs to the road trip playlist.
Make a note. I gotta do that.
Good.
Oh. Oh. That'll be fun. It's like a thing.
Very fun. Looking forward to this.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to
destroyed.
you guys experiencing. I've got ideas for the road trip. It'll be fun to execute them.
I'm looking forward to it. Oh no, your sword is all beat up.
Oh yeah. Ooh, he farted all over that area.
Sure did.
Fart
gas.
Fart gas. Okay, okay. Okay. Where is it at? Okay. Oh, I probably should have used a journeyman because it didn't need that much. What the hell is happening with my experience bar? What? You see what was happening up there with my experience bar?
Is it freaking out?
What?
Did it just stop?
I don't know. I stopped focusing on it.
Very strange.
Ooh, that's dead cow? Probably dead cow, yeah.
No, what the...
I'm gonna be honest. That said Genatia petals. I initially read genitalia petals. It's just gonna be I was like, what? I was like, oh.
Funny.
Let's see. Okay. Ooh, guarded treasure. Must have like been to this guarded treasure. Oh, it's this guy or gal or creature. I think this is the one I ran away from, maybe a long time ago.
It might have been, yeah.
Or
one similar to it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Now I have Draconid oil. Yes, enhanced Draconid oil.
Heck, yeah.
What? Okay, come on over here. Fly over this way. Haha. Yeah. Did the thing. Haha. Oh. You didn't fall down. It's supposed to fall down, go boom.
Suck it, Wyvern.
I'll have to double check in the map if that skull marker is still there. Because then that would be the one.
Sure.
That would be the one that we bravely ran away from. Let's see. It was on the coast. Oh, it's this one. Okay, I kind of. Alright, let's go to.
Be like a level 23.
Yeah. Let's go to the fast travel point. We're near one, luckily. This is a good thing about having this quest highlighted, the Yennefer in Skellige, because it's literally my. Where's the fast travel point? Okay.
Nice.
It just leads me to the fast travel point every time.
Get you there.
Oh, it's traitor. Oh, wait. Put away my sword.
This is the last week of our steps challenge at work.
Nice.
So I've literally just been walking in place here for like the last 40-50 minutes.
Nice.
Trying to get in my extra steps.
Yeah. I
pushed so hard.
I like where did I put my Fitbit? I've liked having the Fitbit, but I came across one thing, one issue. I seem to be like developing somewhat of like a rash from wearing the Fitbit. Like
okay, same here.
I'm wondering, is it the plastic or is it my sweat or I'm like
I only notice it more when I sweat.
Yeah. So maybe
and then because even like when I took a shower after I worked out earlier, it was pretty bad, and now it's like almost completely gone away. But the weird thing is I don't remember it being as bad as it has been like the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And I've had this thing for like 3 years. Like, what changed?
I don't know.
Very strange. But yeah, you're not alone. I don't know how specific, like how common that issue is with people with these things.
Yeah. Now I gotta figure out where I put it.
But yeah, I had the same thought of like, well, maybe I should just take it off and like let that heal. And then sometimes I'll just take a peek. It's like, well, now it's like almost all the way gone. So I don't know if it's just like a temporary thing.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna put it back on. It also tracks my sleep. Let's see. Let me do an ECG. How's my rhythm going? The 30-second ECG.
East.
Electric.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I have to like. It has me press 2 fingers on the side, like thumb and index,
Okay.
for 30 seconds. It's hard to see, but that's what I'm doing now.
So this says they call it Fitbit Rash. That's like the official name of it. First made headlines back in 2014. There was a nationwide recall of some fitness tracker due to so many people getting
Normal sinus
rashes,
rhythm.
but like it's still a known
What?
thing.
Oh, what?
Oh my gosh.
What's going on?
Straight ahead.
Oh, this is wolves. That's like
Too close to town, I guess.
those two were playing.
So yeah, contact dermatitis. It's a form of eczema.
Yeah.
Develops when your skin comes in contact with an allergen or irritant.
Yeah.
Or it could be the friction, it says.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I might try just grabbing like a different band.
Yeah.
See that? I might just like order something with Amazon or something.
Rashes may appear from soap becoming trapped between the wrist and the watch strap.
Yeah.
So, keep in mind that the areas where the watch is worn is a place where perfume is sprayed, lotions put on, and more.
I
So
don't.
this can
I don't
cause
really wear perfume,
friction.
but
Okay, and it says, yeah, like sweat can also become the irritant with the friction. Okay.
yeah.
It could be due to the materials of the watch itself.
Yeah. All right. In the meantime, now that we've dispatched of those freaking wolves, now we can go to this.
You, white one. What's your business? Bloody Baron know you're here?
About that bloody baron.
Past in the fox, now we're here. Grim Reaper must be having an alarm.
Part of me still kind of wishes I'd killed that other dude, the other fucking abuser asshole.
Oh.
But I should have. Oh well.
Kitten.
Oh, they're not so bad. I get like, it was definitely scary to me at a certain time.
Definitely. Yeah, now it's just like, oh, okay, you're a thing.
This is still pretty tough as far as health goes, though. Oh, damn. I didn't time it right. That still counted. Ow! Fork tail. I'm sitting here assuming this guy's a type of dragon. Or this.
Definitely. Isn't there... Okay, now I have to look something up.
Owner of a monster heart. My armor is in need of quick repairs. Ooh. The boots are not broken enough. Warrant it. Oh. Well, that's a load. That's a nice load off of my back of finally dealing with that foe. Finally checking off that one scary skull on the map.
Good. It feels good to knock those out, especially when you go back and it's just like, what? This is nothing. No. This is the norm.
Alright. That being said.
Alright.
Wait, which way does it want me to go? Wait. What?
Is there something else you're going to do in Velen, Novigrad area? Or are you going to head back and work on,
I'm going to go meet Yennefer. Yennefer. Wait.
Oh my gosh, so Sunday, yeah, I spent Saturday and Sunday out in the yard, like 4 hours each day doing stuff. And Sunday, I decided to take care of behind the fence, because it's gotten a little unruly in my opinion. And there is a shared storm drain back there.
Yeah.
That is not on my property, but our water drains into it. And it was just like covered in leaves and sticks and garbage and stuff. So I spent like 20 minutes cleaning it up and like bagging all these gross leaves and just literal garbage and stuff.
Yeah.
And then yesterday the doorbell rings. And I was like, that's really weird. Like nobody ever comes here. And it was the neighbor. And he gave me a bottle of wine. And he was like, thanks for cleaning the drain. And he said it in like this sheepish voice. Oh my god. It was the best.
That's adorable.
But yeah, he's got neuropathy in his legs from, I think, diabetes or something else.
Yeah.
Surgery something. He was like, my legs just don't work, so like, it's fine.
It had destroyed a vast swath of forest. Geralt set out for the Isles to join the source.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Just something that you just can't, you wish you could get to, but you can't just because you're.
Yeah.
You don't have the her capabilities.
That's right. I definitely did not understand that feeling until when I was going through chemo and I started to get it in my hands.
Yeah.
And I couldn't hold a controller. I couldn't pinch a chip bag to open it up, or even screw the top off of a soda bottle, or God forbid try to open a pickle jar. That was a joke. And I was just like, what do old people do? This is awful. Yeah.
Old people they just have nurses, or they just complain. What's the...
Definitely makes you grateful for the good times. And oh, I've taken advantage of that.
Yeah. Here, while I'm here, if I'm gonna have to traverse the lands, I'm at least gonna visit a question mark. What is this question mark?
Absolutely.
And why? There's bad guys. How bad are these bad guys?
They are drowners.
They're muck nixers.
Scarier drowners.
They're like swamp drowners.
Yeah.
I forget what.
Leafy boys.
I forget what these are. Are they necrophages?
Yeah, it's a necrophage.
Okay. Oh, alright, there you go. I've saved this town.
Good job.
I was like this, like self-satisfied. Like, yeah, I did that
That's right.
by killing monsters.
As he surveys the village, it's like, yeah, I did that.
No way. Maybe they got lost. They've been hauling lumber along this road for 20 years. You think they got lost? Maybe dryads captured them. Grandad told me they once roamed these woods. Oh, wouldn't mind one of them dryads taking me. You're a fool. Know what they do to men like us? They gut us, then weave our entrails over the trees as a warning to others.
Alright. It's an interesting conversation.
Dear Lord.
Alright.
What brings it to me?
Wouldn't mind a look at your wares.
Oh, this guy sells clothes and armor. Diagrams. I can make glyphs. Oh, parchment, okay. Ooh.
Again, sword.
Nice.
Okay, that's definitely not say Hensier Ford. Hensiarf.
Hindsjarfall. Hindarsfjall.
Okay.
Hindarsfjall.
Yeah.
Hindarsfjall. The crazy armor.
You're not Scandinavian. Difficult to pronounce. We'll get it.
Brigand
If you're
armor.
listening.
Ooh, level 30 armors and stuff. Diagrams. Holy crap. Alright. He's also got a bunch of alchemy stuff if I ever need one. If I ever need some. I gotta remember this guy.
Farewell.
This guy here in this site, this abandoned site. Let's see if there's a fast travel point right there. I hope there is.
Hey there! Come, take a gander. We'll stick together. It'll all work out.
You went from Nilfgaard, I guess?
Yeah. Okay. No fast travel point. I have to remember that this area, this place, right outside of Ranvig, has a shopkeeper. There's a ton of alchemy stuff if I ever need one. If I ever need some.
Oh. Interesting.
There's
a merchant on the run.
Greetings. Looking to buy?
What do you have in stock? Maps. Oh. Oh. Maps are
You got money?
expensive. Yeah. Let's see. Industrial. I'll buy that one. I'll buy one.
It uses the toilet so much. Like, should I be concerned, dude? You're there. But then sometimes it's like, are you just in there playing? Now I'm confused.
You know what? I can feel that.
Or is he like... Okay, now I have to watch him. Like, are you just trying to rebury? No, he's just playing with his tail in the litter box. Oh my god, he's just playing in the litter now. Just get out.
Oh, nugget. Okay, so this guy, the skull and this rotting flesh. Rotting flesh.
So long.
Alright, let me... Oh!
Come closer, stranger.
Okay, so let's read. Okay. Okay. New marker. Larg clear.
Sorry, I'm still here. I'm just monitoring the situation because like I went to go tell Brett about what was going on. Like, this is what your child's doing. And then Nugget followed me in there, and I came back in here, and Misty's like, oh, I'm going to use this opportunity to go to the bathroom.
It's like, alright.
Alright, yeah.
Alright, that little thing is finally out of there. Finally take shit.
It's great. Well, he's mean, too. He'll just stand back. Or no, not stand back, sorry. He will jump on top of the litter box, because it's a covered one.
Yeah.
And then he'll reach his paw down in the hole and start swatting at her. It's just like, dude, she's just like trying to take a pee. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Like, you need to learn, like, when is an appropriate time to play and when is not.
You'll learn at some point.
Yeah.
So maybe the hard way. There, let's look at this question mark. We go into this area. And there's this whole town. Look at that has a notice board.
It's funny, too, the difference in the cat. So, like, the kitten will bury anything he does in the litter box.
Yeah.
Misty only buries her poos. She pees, it's just like, yeah, I'm done.
Listen.
Sachet right out. Oh my god. Animals, man.
Mm-hmm. A mind of their own. Guarded treasure. What's guarding this treasure? And where's the treasure? Is it underneath? Oh, I guess it's underneath. It's buried treasure. Do I have to find a cave? Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, okay. Found the entrance. Hello.
Jeez.
You're level 23 race. Okay, bye. Ow. Alright, there's one. Oh, alright. I think we can cheese this. One at a time.
There you go.
Alright, you're gonna stay there? That's fine. There you go. Wow. It's a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be.
There you go. It's always like a nice little treat.
I think it's just all the practice dealing with what's her faces with race before.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing the strategy.
You got too much crap.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. There's a town right here. But... okay. You know whose problem is going to be right now? Roach.
Move it.
He's like, what the hell? What are you carrying? Ow! Oh wait. Alright.
Come on, Roach.
Alright, I'm assuming that this is a town. Oh, okay. Like,
That's it, Roach.
oh, a new marker.
Witcher! Got an offer for yourself, white hair.
Okay. Close. A close quest.
What's this offer? Got a contract for me?
Might do. If you're willing to partner with me.
Usually work alone.
Could pay to make an exception this time. It's not every day you get a chance to work with the most renowned bounty hunter north of the Yaruga, Jenga Fred himself.
Jenga Fret? No, wait a minute.
I'll bite.
Sounds an awful lot like
What's
Django
the famous
Fett.
Jenga Fred need a Witcher for?
I'm guessing you're a man of the world. Perhaps you've come across the Grossbart brothers in your travels.
You hunting them?
Aye, quite the rogues they are. 3 of them, and everyone's got a pack of rapes and murders under his belt.
Oh, jeez.
Even took the grave
Kill these
robbery.
dudes.
Easy to recognize on account of the yellow caps they wear. Folks see 3 yellow tops, they flee to their huts. Which don't help much, of course, because they're also fond of arson.
No, haven't met him.
If you do, tread careful. They're quick to stick a knife in a man's gut, often just by way of greeting.
Doubt they'd try that with a Witcher.
You never know with that lot. Right, well I head south soon. Haven't looked there yet. Fare you well. We might meet again someday.
Alright. Okay, good to know. Alright, hang in there, buddy.
Tell me, lads, are you sailing this time?
Garak, they've outwent there to sell furs. Said they've not got a full garrison.
Very well be your lucky day. Spending hard-earned coin, that's an art in itself.
Oh, I can play this guy in cards.
There you go.
Let me see what I can get rid of here. None of these books weigh anything, so it's not. Oh, we just sell. There you go. Just a couple of these. I don't want to keep that poker and that blunt sword. Let's stash that poker at some point. That's we got from that guy.
So long.
We're gonna need to sell to a blacksmith at some point.
Will you stay long?
And discover locations. Nice. Alright, so this is gonna probably mean. Okay. Ooh, okay. That's new. Probably could read about it. I could have read about it if I had bothered to read those posts. We'll find out what's happening. We're going that way. This is just a nice view.
It really is. How close are you getting to Yennefer now?
We're fairly close. Where's the quest?
Okay, yeah, I
We're
saw it.
336 steps.
Okay.
What the hell is happening over here?
Oh, no, okay, yeah, definitely.
All chest key.
It's gonna be down there in that pit of monsters.
Yeah. I said, the sea devils away to jump by Sarah's lamb to Freya. I'll be home tomorrow around sunset. I owe the goddess mighty for the tender care she's taken. Find the treasure chest using your witcher senses. Okay. It's not there, it's out in the water.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's head out into the water. In the water, see it swimming. Ooh. That was a lot of coin right there.
Take it where you can get it.
That was a lot of crowns and florins and sorins and what are they called? Florins and florins. And ooh, a gold casket. And a Melatel figurine. I keep that, and a gold pearl necklace. Nice. Okay, so okay, this is just this way.
Oh my god. Get. She was just trying to pee, dude. Really? Oh my god. She had an IV full of fluids. Come on, she gotta pee a lot. You're such a turd.
Yeah.
That means she's gonna go pee in your litter box. Oh, don't like that, do ya? Okay.
Nice razor.
Oh. Alright, motherfucker. Sheesh. Oh, they're not even a cage. Of a person in distress. Alright, let's just check.
Bless and reward you, Witcher. Though I can give you only a modest gift. Come by me home. It's not far.
Alright. Glad I checked on that. All right, let's go to Yennefer. Enough distractions.
Go.
To Hot Magic Lady. Move.
That's right.
Where you going?
Roach, this way. Hot Magic Lady is this way.
You need to eat some peppercorns to regain some health on the road. There you go. There you go. It just seems so silly. I'm just eating like a handful of peppercorns.
Yeah.
We need a meme of this.
Sure, there's what the? Ooh. Andregas. Holy crap. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Roach. Let's just go this way. And again, don't worry about it. Right? Don't worry about it, Roach. We're just gonna keep. You're just gonna run right on by. We're not gonna worry about it. Or just don't engage, and you don't have to worry about it.
Take it easy.
There you go. See, we're fine.
Place of power. Should draw from it.
Hey!
Classic.
I gained an ability point. And my Yrden is intensified.
Raise the passing gate.
I say!
Maybe, but I've got good reason.
I hold Ciri dear too. You know this damn well. But the Mask of Orberus is no trifle. Have you any idea what could happen if it is used? Any idea of the consequences?
No, but neither do you. So stop
I can hear you two clear on the other side of the island.
I guess they forced me to intervene in the conversation.
Yennefer of Vengerberg is
I was trying to like, alright, I'll stay away until they were done.
I haven't stolen anything. I've merely borrowed something and fully intend to return it.
Ha! The generosity. Just one small problem. Once used, the mask is rendered completely worthless. Not to mention the risk you'll bury us alive, and all the Isles with us.
Barry, what are you talking about?
She's not told you? Might have expected as much. The myth is that Orberus created the mask when the envious seas swallowed his beloved. Unable to bear the prospect that he would never again see his betrothed, Orberus made the mask, which would allow him to peer into the past. He knew, however, that he could only use it once. So he waited. Waited until his longing grew so strong that it became unbearable. When the sea learnt of the mask, it was quick to respond. It made known its threat that whosoever used the mask would bring the sea's wrath down on them. For in vengeance, the sea would rise and flood all the lands and drown the living.
Crazy dude. Ermion. That's right? Is that right?
Where'd you get this mask?
Sailors from Clan Dimon pulled it from the sea, near the Njord Trench.
Yeah, but how can you be sure this is Orberus's mask?
Its appearance is exactly as described in the myths.
You believe the myths?
Only ignorant fools belittle their significance. Besides, it's not the myths that are on trial here. It's the thief.
Hmm.
I'm not about to justify what Yennefer did.
Then don't.
But try to understand her. She's not doing this to anger you. She's doing it for Ciri.
I know there are maternal feelings at play, but this is no excuse, no justification. The Mask of Orberus belongs to Skellige and should be used for the good of the Isles. If Yennefer uses it now, it shall lose its power, not to mention... What?
What was that? No. Yennefer's used the mask.
Alrighty then.
We must neutralize the mask. Mute its power.
She just kind of wandered off and did her own thing. That's hot. Wait. Are you something?
Great.
Oh, foglet. Oh, what the? Alright.
What was that?
Unicorns.
Damn it, Yen. I saw the foglets. I meant how'd they get here?
The power of the mask summoned them.
Ermion says the mask might cause a natural disaster.
Fortunate he's here then. He can jump right in, try to tame it.
Realize he won't let this pass.
Oh, I'll survive, somehow.
What now?
The mask reveals the past, but only in certain places. Places where past events left a strong magical imprint. Take it.
Want me to wear it?
Yes. I cast a spell that will let me see through your eyes.
Well, let's go.
This way. Already found the first spot.
Alright. You have a new quest item to use the head.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you go.
Follow Yennefer.
Very nice.
She overburdened me with the thing with it.
Oh my god, are you serious? It'll be like 2 pounds.
What is it? What is it? I have no idea. Okay. Well, wait, it's over there. It's like 0.06 pounds. I don't know how that happened. Alright, let's okay, let's drop on these. Okay, this.
This is the spot. Put on the mask.
Any instructions?
Keep it on until we've seen everything. And don't stray far. Telepathy is limited in range.
What's that? A portal?
2 people emerged from it.
The woman was Ciri.
How can you know?
The way she moved, like a witcher. Seems they went that way.
Come, let's find the next spot.
Okay. Alright.
How you like that silver?
Ooh, nice electrical magic.
Watch out!
What was that?
A magic explosion of some sort. So powerful that even the echo was dangerous. I wager it destroyed the forest.
But Ciri and her companion weren't harmed. I saw them escape.
Let's see where to.
Alright, let's go. You lead the way, Yennefer.
I don't like it.
Nor do I.
Anyone here when this happened had a slim chance of surviving.
I know what you're thinking, but don't worry. Ciri can take care of herself.
Yo. That lightning magic, though.
Yeah.
Ready? Use the mask.
Someone chased Ciri. See that? Might have wounded her.
She escaped through another portal.
Know where it led?
Magic residue trail leads to Velen.
Any chance you can figure out where Ciri's companion fled to? His portal's gotta be nearby.
I'll try to find it. Come.
Alright. So, she went to Valen. Okay. It's good to know. Sure.
Don the mask.
Nice fight.
One repelled the other with powerful magic, then fled through a portal.
A mage?
Most likely.
Alright.
It's Ciri's companion and the one who wounded her.
How do you know?
I don't. Making an educated guess. They both appeared in the previous visions.
Ciri's got a powerful ally. The mage who was with Ciri fled too. Know where?
His trace path leads to Velen as well, but the target coordinates of his portal differ from those of Ciri's. The explosion must have disrupted his teleportation.
Ran into Kira Metz in Velen. Coincidence maybe, but she claimed a mage came to her looking for Ciri. Be surprised if it wasn't the same one.
Whoever he is, he grows more interesting by the minute.
Ooh.
Maybe
interesting that
the one who got hit by the spell.
I wonder, was meeting Kira Metz part of the story?
Which means he'll be free to attack us again.
Are you pleased with yourselves? Look at what you
I feel like it was kind of a main quest thing.
Maybe. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, did that play into that? Because I did a side quest that adds, you know, to the main quest. But I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
It might have been. I think because we did ask her about it. Yeah, she was. Or no, that was main stuff. Yeah.
Relax. Storm's died down. You've clearly got things under control.
For now. But who knows what will be a week or two on?
Stop panicking. Here's your mask.
It is worthless. It's an unwieldy ashtray at best. I hope you've learned something useful at least.
Very.
I'm talking to Geralt. You I'll deal with later. So?
We think a powerful curse was cast here.
Plausible. Considering what happened to the wood. Do you know upon whom?
Not yet, but we know Ciri was here. She stepped out of a portal. A mage was with her. Someone chased them. They fought. Ciri was wounded but managed to escape.
Where to?
Velen, probably. The mage opened a portal for her, then he fought her attacker.
Yes? Is that it?
Got a feeling we found something interesting. Just need to examine one more thing.
We went flying in that direction.
Look for a body.
Something's pinned under that tree. Can you...
I can.
Alright.
Armor's clean. No blood, no sword nicks. Ciri's friend must have... what do you call it?
Vaporized him.
Exquisite. The armor, though the workmanship's unfamiliar. Can't even tell where it's from.
Probably because it belonged to a rider of the Wild Hunt.
What? So it's true? The Wild Hunt? I feared as much.
Yep.
First here, then on Hindersfjall. What did they want?
They're looking for Ciri.
But why?
Elder blood flows in Ciri's veins.
Tis true, she can trace her lineage clear back to Lara Duran, which is why the women in her family have always had extraordinary abilities. But could that truly be so important?
Ciri's exceptional. She travels between places here and other worlds. Space is no obstacle for her.
Huh?
Which is why the Wild Hunt wants to capture her. Speaking of the hunt, mentioned it appeared on Hindersfjall.
Well, it happened at least a fortnight after the cataclysm struck here on Arts.
Fortnight?
The raids raided Lofoten at dusk in a blizzard. Itself a strange occurrence for that time of year.
Were they
The
flossing?
islanders said the wraiths. They barged into their huts, killed anyone who resisted, then galloped inland, laughing fiendishly.
Anyone survive?
A dozen or so women and an old man.
Next stop, Hindersfjall.
I'll meet you on the beach near Lofoten.
See you there.
Mm-hmm. See you there.
Good luck to you. Inform me once you've learned anything new.
Probably should have gone with her. Okay. Oh yeah, Hindersfjall. Okay.
Yennefer coming back.
Alright. Okay.
As Yennefer of Thunderberg told it, there had been a magic explosion in Skellige. Related to Ciri's reappearance, it had destroyed a vast swath of forest. Geralt set out for the Isles to join the sorcerers and seek further clues of Ciri's whereabouts. The druid Hermione, however, had no intention of letting Yennefer examine the woods, so Geralt and Yen sought out Jarl Krakon Crate, who helped break down the druid's resolve.
Nugget just got his ass kicked.
Nice.
Armor's clean.
Vaporized him.
Exquisite.
Probably because it
What? So it's true? First here?
They're looking
for...
Elder blood.
What could that true?
Ciri's exception.
Huh?
Which is why the Wild Hunt. Speaking...
Well, it happened. The raids raided itself a straight. The islanders.
Anyone survive?
A dozen or so.
Next stop, Hindersfjall.
I'll meet you on the beach near Lofoten.
Wait, can't we go together? Right now?
But you detest being teleported.
Don't exactly like potions either, but I drink them when I have to.
You also drink them when there's no need at all. Very well. Let's go. Stay close to me.
Good luck to you. Inform me once you've learned anything new.
Alright, this is easier.
Quite a few years since I was last on Hindersfjall.
Good, good.
It was like, this walk is taking a long time. Let me go back and let's go together.
Raised huts and fresh graves. This must be it.
Gathering of some kind. We've come at a bad time.
There's no good time to talk about the Wild Hunt.
Follow Yennefer to Lofoten.
Perhaps 'twere written in the stars.
Oh, we have a new marker.
Ritual of some kind. We'll have to wait.
We'll do no such thing. Dear sisters, pardon the interruption, but we've an
I'm Mark
important
Wilbon.
matter to discuss.
Can you not see we're commemorating the dead? So?
And we're looking for someone who's still alive. Please, this is urgent. Then speak.
They say the wild hunt destroyed this village.
That is true, though few believe us. You don't either, I'm sure. Did you see riders on skeletal horses, wearing frost-covered armor?
Aye, that's how it was. They landed on our shores in a ship made of the claws of dead men, like in the ballads.
Yeah, then
Leif
we believe you.
yelled to grab the children. Then they came, cut him across his face. He tried to whisper, only blood came out.
You were to ask about someone, not prod their wounds. That's enough.
What happened then?
Go on.
I ran out to get help, to get Leif. But so many bodies. Yole, Ingvar, little Necky.
Which way did the riders go?
Towards the sea, through the ravine, on horses made of bones. Bones and ice and...
Enough! Get to the point. Now.
Alright.
We're looking for a young woman, name of Ciri. Ashen hair, green eyes.
I'm sorry. She is not here.
Unless she lies in a grave. That is, I do not recall one by that name. But I've buried so many, I may have forgotten.
This Ciri, has she a scar here on her cheek?
Yes, what happened to her?
Don't know. Saw her but for a moment, right before it all. She was in the stables with Craven. 1,000 curses upon him.
Remember anything else? Anything at all?
Only that she seemed tired. Very tired. And her hair was wet.
Great. So we know she bathed. Progress.
I'm sorry,
Craven!
My apologies. Craven. Craven could have told you more.
This Craven you mentioned, does he have a name?
He did. Until the elders struck him from the saga of ancestors.
It's as if he has ceased to exist. The lore forbids anyone from touching him, speaking to him, even uttering his name.
What did he do to deserve that?
He fled from the wild hunt. He alone.
We need to talk to him, even if it's not in keeping with your customs.
You've come too late. He went to the garden to fight Morkvag.
A coward who willingly seeks battle? Am I the only one who sees the contradiction?
That's why he did it. Craven knew he would prove the elders wrong only if he killed Morkvarg.
And thus regain his honor and his name.
Trial by ordeal. Very Skellige.
I do not mock your laws. Please also respect ours.
Where is this holy garden?
Not far from here. North. We cultivated healing herbs there once.
And now?
Now we walk only as far as the tree the goddess planted. We place our offerings and make our pleas before it.
Those who venture below remain in the garden forever.
Morkvarg. What's that?
Who, you mean?
The vilest man ever to inhabit Skellige. Nothing was ever sacred to him. He attacked his own clan's lands, took gold from Nilfgaard, killed children, pregnant women.
Know the type.
They said he feared only one thing, the wrath of the gods. Morkvarg sought to prove how wrong they were, so he sailed to Hindisfjall to ransack the goddess's garden. This was over a decade ago.
Archpriestess Ulva stood in his way. He thrust a blade between her ribs and cast her down in the mud. As her lifeblood left her, she cursed him, and Morkvarg transformed into a beast.
A curse? A monster? You've got some work to do.
I can get rid of Morkvarg. Don't know what he's turned into, but a silver sword should do the trick.
It's not that simple. There have been those who have bested Morkvarg, yet he always returns.
Ah, okay.
So, it's a complex curse, meaning I need more information.
I understand, but I've told you all I know.
Speak with Torridar's son, Einar. He was in the garden when Morkvarg and his men attacked. He saw what happened. Of all the pilgrims there at the time, he alone escaped with his life. He settled in Larvik. You'll find him there at the landing, provided he's not out to sea when you arrive.
Alright.
Thanks for your help.
I understand you intend to enter the garden. I dislike it when foreigners enter the sacred grounds, but so be it.
Custom demands pilgrims make an offering of their own blood before the tree. Craven surely did so. Unless he lacked not only courage, but respect for Freyr as well.
You needn't worry about us. Geralt and I always give the gods the respect they are due.
Yep. Okay. Okay, I guess we go. I guess we can go to.
Yeah. Advance it a little bit more there.
Yeah.
I keep telling myself I'm gonna get to 20,000 steps, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I'm at like
How exactly?
You'll see when the time comes.
17,000.
You could stand to be nicer sometimes.
I suppose. But then
That
I wouldn't be
noise,
the
oh,
woman
it's
you
weird.
fell in love with, would I? Hey, Geralt. Come back.
Excuse me. There's a guarded treasure. Ooh.
You have so much stuff, you gotta find a vendor.
Yeah.
And that's the worst, like when you're in the middle of a quest. It's like, oh god, how do I go? And there's like no fast travel points, and yeah.
Okay. Alright, let's go. Okay. Freya's garden.
My. That must be Morkvarg. Quite the appetite.
Might even call it woven.
A bite. Just one morsel. One piece. A crumb. Food. Food. Shank. Not again. Not again.
I won't tell.
Alright.
He doesn't seem happy to see us.
Wait till he gets a closer look at me.
So, where shall we start?
Let's go to that tree the sisters mentioned.
Plan to bleed yourself for the goddess?
Not necessarily, but Craven did. We just might pick up his scent.
Alright.
Craven was here. Look, the impression. Kneeled down on one knee and cut himself to make the offering. Bloodstains, see them?
No. I may be inhumanly beautiful, but I don't have superhuman senses. Like you.
Which is why you should stay up here. No offense, but in that undergrowth and mud, you'd be like a...
Ball and chain?
Planned to say it gentler, but yeah, that's basically what I had in mind.
Fine. We'll do as you say. If the need arises, I can cast spells from up here.
Thought you might object.
Me? Please. I can be extraordinarily conciliatory.
Yen, look me in the eye. What are you plotting?
Many things. How to seize the Temerian crown, how to sell Kaer Morhen out from under you. Go already.
What are you plotting?
Craven's blood, flowing profusely. Trails clear. Should lead me to him. Light prints. Craven trod carefully.
Okay, well... Okay, which way did he go? Oh. Yeah, okay. I was like, where is... Level 14 wolf. Holy crap. Okay, I might need to have a little bit of a beast oil. Or yeah, beast oil. Beast oil, yeah.
No bite marks. Morkvark doesn't eat his victims. Strange.
Is it Craven?
No, this one's been here a while.
What? I can't hear you. If you want to chat, come closer.
Her senses are really dulled. Monster tracks. Running. Chasing something.
Okay.
Looks like Morkvark got bored of sneaking around and attacked. Craven's blood. That stench.
Ow. Ow.
Yeah, that hurt.
Ow.
Dang.
Oh, damn it. Run. Alright then. Some raw meat. Okay.
Craven was injured. Started running.
Yeah.
Door won't budge. Craven must have blocked it, or it's just locked. Gotta go round.
Okay. Yeah. Either my parkour skills. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Herbarium.
Yeah, I'm exploring this area, I guess. So exploring this building? No. Oh. God damn it. Picked up a stupid broken rake. And now I'm overburdened. I need to go unload. Oh, that's locked too. And that's locked too. Okay, so I'm supposed to explore around here? I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do, or... What's the... Okay. This way... Alright, I think I'm gonna stand next to Yennefer and say that this might be a good time to like step away and come back to this with a fresh mind, because I am a little sleepy. I'm like,
yeah, it's a good time to call it quits.
Yeah. There's the two of them. This is get a screenshot of it. There you go. Alt F1. There you go.
F1.
There you go. Alright. Alright, well, was that awkwardly traced the transition there? Yeah, another fine adventure of the Witchers. As OBS catches up and holy crap. So Daisy, what's your takeaway from today's adventures?
Oh boy. There were a few things that happened. There was the whole, like, you finished out that Megascope crystal quest. You beat up the witch hunters and then decided not to see Radovid just yet. We're gonna wait. So, and you kind of like, okay, you work out the Yennefer Quest, advance that, but got a little sidetracked while you're there in Velen and decided to clear up that one old monster quest. So I know that felt good for you to go kill it. Was it a wyvern or a
It was like
tail?
it was a something tail, like a
dragony thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you came over here and you started the Yennefer Quest, which is actually advancing the main Ciri quest.
Yeah,
So that's
we know a
exciting.
little bit more. We know that from here she went to Velen. We know she was in Velen, and she was in Novigrad at some point, but we don't know what happened. So at some point we're going to go back, maybe ask about who she was with and all that stuff. And then we're going to come back and try to figure out where the hell we're supposed to break into this herbarium somehow. I don't know. Do some parkour maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank y'all for being with us. Just do all the things that you know. I didn't mention them earlier, but all the social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube. Come follow us on Twitch, Rebelli TV. Catch all the live streams, including these Witcher streams, and our D&D show Through the Tomes, as we kind of figure that stuff out, and Record Breakers, our music podcast, and more stuff. Yeah, just check it out. Hopefully, we'll check out the schedule there. I'll try to post the schedule soon again, and you can check it out there. And usually it's my offline image, or I might post it on Twitter and on my Twitter at PeteGrave. But yeah, thank y'all for being with us, hanging out with us. Until next time, hasta los huevos. Bye-bye. Annyeong. Fighting.